Despite the fact that Disney, along with the mainstream media, would love to spin this another way, there's really no mistaking what's gone on over the past year. It has been a disaster for Disney across the board, not just in the theme parks, not just in the box office, not just on streaming, but virtually everywhere. Disney is struggling right now. And the main reason behind that is because so many people are walking away from Disney, because after what they've done, after saying we're not a political company and then immediately get involved in your children's lives in the quote-unquote don't say gay bill, which they've completely falsely mislabeled, is the parental rights and education bill. But the fact remains that people saw what Disney was doing and they wanted out. It's why over the past 365 days, Disney stock has plummeted nearly 40%. And of course, there's a lot of other people that are struggling right now in this economy. But when you look at the Dow Jones, what Disney trades on, and the fact that it's only down 8 or 9% over the 365 days, whereas Disney far underperforming the market, one of the worst stocks of the Dow Jones in 2021. There's no other way around it. People are walking away from woke Disney in droves. And now Bob Chapek, the same dude who had the gall, the audacity to say, we're not a political company, and then immediately bent the knee to the rainbow LGBTQ coalition with the gun pointed to his head and say, we're sorry, we'll do better for you. This guy is a bitch, and now he's coming out and saying, Disney, we're not too woke. The world is a rich and diverse place. The world is rich, it is diverse. But when it comes time to actually put stuff in your entertainment, but when we actually see what they're putting in these movies, in these shows, we realize it's not about entertaining people anymore. This is about indoctrinating people, and that is the fucking problem. Let's go to this Bounding Into Comics article. Bob Chapek denies Disney's become too woke. The company survived 100 years by catering to its audience, and it's going to thrive the next 100 by doing the same. The problem is the audience that you're catering to is a minuscule fraction of the actual audience out there. They don't show up to movies. They don't buy things. They don't go to the theme parks. That's why Universal's now overtaken nearly all of the Disney parks in attendance. That's why things that are on Disney Plus continue to struggle in streaming. Like when you look at the top 10, this is the one that came out September 26th through October 2nd, the Nielsen streaming ratings, the industry standard. There's 2 Disney Plus shows out that they've wanted to promote, that they want out there. They're not in the top 10. They are nowhere to be found in the top 10. Amazon Prime's got stuff up there. HBO Max got stuff up there. You have to go to original content, and then you finally get Andor. Then you get She-Hulk with pathetic numbers, barely cracking the 400 million minute mark. This is sad, this is pathetic, but this is what happens when you alienate your audience and cater to the very, very few. Despite the numerous, various, ever-growing, and near unending examples to the contrary, Disney CEO Bob Chapek rejected the notion that Disney's become too woke, instead arguing the company's recent slate of political and creative decisions are simply a result of their following a long-term key to success they always have, catering to our audience. The ever-divisive CEO shared his opinion on the matter during a recent appearance on the Wall Street Journal's money, business, and power-centric podcast, The Journal. Asked by Wall Street Journal's editor-in-chief if he believes the people who say Disney has become too politically correct are either right or have a point, Chapek replied, I think the more complex something is, the more you have to really drill down into the basics. We want our content to reflect the rich, diverse world we live in. Again, I guess that's another way of saying catering to your audience. Yes, I'm sure that when you have Disney executives that in leaked Zoom calls admit to having a not-so-secret gay agenda, that they want to indoctrinate your children from the beginning when you can manipulate their minds, is that part of catering to your audience? Is that part of grooming your audience, Bob Chapek? That's a question. But the world is a rich, diverse place. We want our content to reflect that. So we're blessed to have the greatest content creators, and they see it similarly. But I think that's good from a commercial standpoint as well, because then you appeal to the largest possible audience. And certainly, we live in a world right now where everything seems to be polarized. To this end, I think we want Disney to stand for bringing people together, and I think we'll do that by diverse stories and diverse characters. Tell me if you think that this is bringing people together. Is this bringing people together, Bob Chapek? She-Hulk fails to make Nielsen streaming charts in its debut, a first for Marvel. Downward trend. Thor: Love and Thunder has franchise worst box office fall in second weekend. Was a massive disappointment. Do you think that audiences are come together over that? What about this? What about the Little Mermaid trailer? When you decided that you wanted to prioritize identity politics instead of giving people what they wanted. One of the most downvoted trailers we've seen in recent memory on YouTube. 3.2 million dislikes to only 1 million dislikes. What about Pinocchio, another fucking live action remake? People hated it. Even the critics despised this. Even the critics couldn't protect it. Everywhere you turn, Disney's doing the opposite of bringing people together. They are catering to a woke audience. They're using identity politics to push their narrative to indoctrinate your kids. And they've fucking admitted it. That's why people are fleeing. Do you have views about what you should be doing there? Have you met with creators? Do you get to express your opinions from a storytelling front? Yeah, we talk about shaping our content a lot, some of the push-pull of all these different forces. In the end, we have to follow our North Star, which again is storytelling and catering to the audiences. So to be clear, you don't think Disney's too woke? I think Disney's a company that survived 100 years by catering to its audience, and it's going to thrive the next 100 years by catering to its audience. I don't think that that's going to go the way you think it is, because again, the audience you're catering to doesn't fucking exist. They don't support you. They don't go to the parks. They don't have disposable income. They are fucking 18-year-olds who don't know what gender they are and are just active on Twitter. Those are those people. They can't go to a movie without some money from their parents. They can't go to a theme park if it's not a family vacation. That's why you're seeing these failures right now, because the audience Disney's catering to isn't going to support them. Of course, with the topic broached, they asked about any lessons they learned about getting political. I think the lesson learned is we probably always knew, which is Disney is all about cast members. If you think about the nature of why people have Disney memories, remember the end benefit is magical memories that last a lifetime. The reason they have those, it's about the castle, it's about great attractions, but what they really remember is the guest-cast interactions. So that's the secret sauce, and he specifically talks about politically here. So reading between the lines, you misjudge how employees would react with your initial stance out of the gate. You had to get it right because that was a challenge. This is the same Bob Chapek, right? This is what they're talking about. When he said, we're not going to get political, we're not going to make statements on the parental rights and education bill. And then, like 7 transgender employees that work for Disney started screeching and bitching and moaning. And Bob Chapek bent over, gaped his ass, and bent the knee. That's what Bob Chapek did, bent the knee to the Rainbow Coalition, to the LGBTQ woke mob. And what have we seen? This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know. Lots of companies are struggling right now in Joe Biden's America. That's not really a doubt. The economy is rough. But when you look at how much the Dow has outperformed Disney, this was one of the worst performing stocks of 2021. It's continued that path in 2022 because people are walking away. And what does Bob Chapek say? Does he say we're correcting that? We're actually going to listen to the audience that matters? No. Bob Chapek says we're not too woke. We're just getting started. Not good news for Disney, but would you expect anything less with the decisions they've been making lately? Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.